When you're ready to set up your camp, you'll notice 3 settings. Normal is taking water from the tank using the water pump. You have to have the water pump on to access the water. Tank mode is filling a tank. If you leave it on tank, no water will flow into this RV. It's only accessing the tank. And then city mode is taking water from the city. If you have a hard time turning this, it's because there's a lot of water pressure on it. What you need to do is simply open a water valve, let some water bleed out, and then you'll be able to turn this no problem. This component here is a pressure regulator. I always try to bring plumber's thread tape. I wrap the threads a little bit before I fasten it to the RV. Always leave your pressure regulator on your hose to keep the pressure buildup from just damaging the pipes inside of the RV. So always leave this gold piece on when you connect the water. You also want to use the plumber's tape if you can to wrap this so you don't have any leaks, because garden hose type hookups are notorious for leaking. So be mindful of that when you are setting up camp. Inside your water closet here, you have a foot shower, which the pump can be turned on from here, and you can turn on water to wash your feet or shoes off. You also have a coaxial cable that is here. If the campsite has coax, it plugs in here, and then you plug that into the outlet. I never really watch a lot of TV when I am I just turned the pump off there. I never really watch a lot of TV, so I don't really worry too much about a coax cable. Actually, I'm going to take that off and fold it up for later. The last thing is the water supply. Now, you have 3 settings for this IV. Normal, which goes from the tank, the holding tank of this RV. Tank, which is set to fill the tanks. And then the last one is city mode. So you see city down there. Normal, fill, and city. Let's see if I can zoom in. So that's tank, normal, city mode. Now, you use city mode when you're using a campsite water source. So essentially, you will just set it to city and you can use the water pressure from the city. That's all you'll need. I leave this piece on because it is a pressure regulator to keep from blowing pipes inside the RV. And then when you're ready to leave, if you're hooked up to city, say you're at a campsite, you're ready to leave, you'll flip it over to tank. You'll hear a click, and then it will fill the tanks a little bit. Now, don't overfill these tanks. And you don't really want to travel with like more than 30% water tanks. So what I do is I turn on the water, I watch the LED monitor as it fills up, and then I try to drive with about 30% water in the tank. When you're done filling, you'll switch it back to normal mode. Nice firm, but not forceful. Turn to normal mode, and then you'll have water in the cabin again coming from the tanks. Now, if you don't switch it back to normal, you won't have water. So a lot of times people say, I don't have water. It's because they left it on tank mode. You can also get water at some truck stops. To hook up the water hose, just like anything else, you'll put on your hose to the pressure regulator, make it nice and tight. You may want to get some plumber tape handy in case you get a leak. And then take the other end, run it through the hole at the bottom of the RV, pull it out, take it straight on to your water source. So as you can see here, I'm just pulling it through. I'll hook it up to my water source and I will shut the cargo hold.